Years ago, I saw something I wasn't supposed to see. A YouTube video, buried deep in the algorithm, old, raw, and unpolished. It looked like it was from the 70s or 80s. A child sat in front of two men in an interview that felt far too real to be fiction. He spoke with a confidence that didn't belong to Earth, about Mars, about energy, about life that once was and still is. He said things no child could ever know, but he wasn't guessing, he was remembering. Towards the end of the interview, the two men asked him, "Can you show us something? Something to make us believe?" The boy reached out, calmly placed his hand on the table, and revealed something inside of it, something they didn't expect. Their eyes widened, fear, awe, and panic. And then the screen cut, the video glitched, and it was gone. The interview was erased from the internet. Every time I tried to find it again, the message was the same: video not available. But something didn't sit right. Years later, a new video began circulating. A boy named Boriska Kiprianovich. A different face, a different country, a different time, but the same exact knowledge. Only this time the story felt edited, cleaned up, memorized. The deeper mystery was buried beneath a new narrative. That's when the theory hit me. What if the boy in the original tape was never Boriska? What if that boy was Elon Musk? Think about it. Elon Musk, the man obsessed with Mars, the one who named his company SpaceX. Say it out loud. Elon Musk returned to SpaceX. He's not just sending rockets, he's trying to return home. No one questioned why he's so asphyxiated. Why Mars? Why the tunnels, the energy, the urgency? Why the eyes that seem to look beyond Earth? Because deep inside, he remembers. They couldn't let the world see the original footage, so they buried it, created a cover story with a younger boy, different ethnicity, different timeline, just enough to confuse people, but not enough to erase the truth. He's not inventing the future, he's remembering it. Something embedded deep in his soul, like an echo from another lifetime. He's seen this before. That look in his eyes is not wonder, it's recognition. He's not just building rockets and electric cars, he's chasing a memory, a knowing deep inside. He remembers the blueprint of something far beyond this world. That's why he's asphyxiated on energy, on tunnel, on Mars, on water. He remembers the real power source, one that isn't just fuel, but frequency, a force heating in nature itself. And while we're all distracted by noise, he's leaking the truth in plain sight. Every launch, every speech, every hint. And we still don't see it. But here's the real secret: their chips don't need giant fuel tanks. They don't use what we think of as power. They use life itself: fresh water, potassium, iron, and elemental memory. They understand frequency, magnetism, and the polarity of energy fields. And most of all, they use Earth living intelligence, the memory encoded in its mineral tides and heat. This is why our planet is so special to them. Take the volcano, for example. Many think they're stopping eruption, but that's not the full story. When they hover around volcanoes, they're not rescuing us, they're extracting energy. Their crabs use the intense heat to superheat trapped water, causing a separation that draws out the iron particles within. The iron combined with the salt water becomes a powerful source of propulsion, a natural renewable boost. While their chips float above the protective field magnetized shield, In other words, holds in balance and keeps things aligned. The heat is pulled upwards, cooling the upper layer of the volcano. That's why it looks like they helped. But what actually happens is that by taking the energy they need, they give the volcano time to cross over and seal. It's like putting a lid on a barbecue. Once the oxygen is gone and the fire is pulled inwards, it smolders, then dies out. But what about the bigger chips? Why don't they ever go into volcanoes or erupted zones? Because they're not here for that heat. The large crabs stay deep in the ocean, waiting sometimes for days, even weeks or months. And the reason is us. The oceans are polluted, floated diseased, and these chips need the purest salt water, the kind that holds the Earth's original memory. They wait for it to cool, to settle, so they can extract the cleanest layer and take it back to their world. They use the salt water in their new chips, and more importantly, to teach their young ones how to fly. So when you look up and see small chips in formation, a triangle, a circle, a perfect arc, they're not warning us. They're not attacking or signaling danger. What you're witnessing is a classroom in the sky. These are flight lessons. The elders, the teachers, guide the young ones in real time, showing them how to move, how to listen, how to feel Earth energy. Eventually, the young ones are sent on solo missions to extract pond water, lake water, salt water, to hover near volcanoes and generate their own energy. This is how they learn. This is how they grow. And when a ship falls, it's not because NASA finally caught one. It's because a student made an error, misjudged the polarity, misread the magnetism, and then they crash. That's when we scoop in and pretend it was ours all along. But the truth is right in front of us. And why? Why do they come so often? Why do some people claim they're taken, tested, marked? The answer is much simpler than we think. They take so much from Earth, not because we offer, but because they need it. And now many of them feel a responsibility, not just to survive, but to give something back. That's why they come to us. That's why some humans are visited in the night, in fields, in dreams, not to harm us, but to heal us. Because if humanity dies, if Earth is lost, then they lose the one place in the universe that sustains them too. So, what are they giving us? Health. They run tests, they study our cells, they try to enhance our body. But there's a difference. Some of us volunteer through meditation. We open the door and say, I understand, I am ready. And for those, the process is smoother, a quiet connection, a spiritual consent. But others, those who don't meditate or aren't aware, the experience is fear as being taken. Not because it's evil, but because they didn't know how to say yes consciously. It's not about control, it's about balance. We help them, and now they're trying to help us survive what's coming. Because our survival is their survival too. It's really that simple, but we made it so hard. Because life was so perfectly made for us. So perfect, in fact, that it was designed to be understood backwards. And even that they gave to us. The subconscious always gives us everything in reverse. When you unravel the truth about subconscious, when you start putting the pieces together about where we come from, who we were as souls, and how we were created, you'll realize the puzzle was never meant to be solved forward. But if you gain the knowledge to align your conscious with your subconscious and you start piecing it together faster than others, then you finally understand just how complicated humankind has made something that was always meant to be easy. So study yourself, learn yourself, understand your conscious and your subconscious. and you'll begin to understand just how simple life truly is when you deeply love to understand where you come from. It's really that simple. We humans, we have a tendency to make things even harder. I don't quite understand why. It's more simple than losing your health chasing wealth, only to later spend your wealth trying to get your health back. It's even simpler than that. All it takes is meditation and concentration. And let me guess, you want me to tell you exactly how to meditate and concentrate? Okay, there's plenty of videos on YouTube about that. But if you want the simplest version I can give you, here it is. Just breathe and live. And if even that is too hard, then we're truly lost as a humankind. So you must be wondering, how did we start with a boy who was erased? Then Boriska, Elon, space, water, the spaceship, even a barbecue, the aliens, adoption, meditation, money, health. Well, like I told you from the beginning, it's a puzzle. It's meant to be understood backwards. It's all connected. And it's always been about one thing, the continuous search for truth through knowledge.